also our financial market course. So still under section 6, that is insurance companies, pension funds, and financial crisis. We want to look at pension in details. So by the end of this session, you should be able to explain the concept of pension, as well as explain the general types of pension funds and explain the types of pension funds we have had in Ghana. A pension fund is simply a pool of assets that accumulates over the working years of the employees and pays benefits to the employees during the non-working or retirement years of the employee. Pension funds are normally established by the employer and sometimes requires contribution from both the employer as well as the employees. And basically we have two types of pension funds. We have the defined benefit pension plan, which has a defined contribution plan, and the hybrid pension plan. And we also have the stated pension plan versus the private pension plan. So first we have the defined pension plan versus the hybrid pension plan. Then we also have the state pension plan versus the private pension plan. Defined benefit pension plan. So with the defined benefit pension plan, we are saying that the plan sponsor, that is the institution, promises to pay the employees a specified amount of benefits when they retire. So usually the benefits are computed based on the employee's salary and the length of service. So to determine the benefits, we are saying that maybe the employer, that is the sponsor, may decide that 5% of your average salary will be saved towards your pension. So over the years and in months, the 5% will be kept towards your pension. So we are also saying that the defined benefit pension plan may be funded or unfunded. So the funded defined pension plan requires both the employer and the employee to make contributions to invest in assets that will yield returns to cover retirement benefits. And the funded defined benefits pension plan may be also underfunded or overfunded. So here we are saying that it's underfunded when the market value of the assets are worth less than the promised benefits that will be paid, and it's overfunded when the market value of the assets are worth more than the promise that we paid. We also want to look at the defined contribution plan. So this plan specifies only the amount that will be contributed to the pension fund and the retirement benefits. And the retirement benefits so depends on the investment performance of the pension fund assets. So with this type of plan, we are saying that the employees bear all the risk associated with the investment. Here, just a portion of the employee's salary is paid into the fund over the period of the employee's working years. And such portions needs not to be the same throughout the period. So with this one, it varies. And the funds contributed by the employees are normally managed by the insurance companies or professional fund managers. And occasionally, the employees may have a choice or preference in the asset allocations. And at the end of the period, the employees receive the amounts contributed as well as the returns that are earned on the fund. We also want to look at the hybrid pension plan. So with the hybrid plan, we are saying that it combines both the features of the defined benefits plan and then the defined contribution plan. That is, the contributor pays a specified amount to the pension fund and also receive a specified amount of benefits when they retired. So we can see that the hybrid pension plan is straightforward. So the amount you contributed is what you receive at the end. We'll now look at the last two, that is the state pension fund versus the private pension plan. So with the state pension plan, we are saying that this plan requires that the government pays a minimum amount of income to retirees out of the revenue from taxes being paid by the actively working class. So here, the state that is through the government, pays a minimum amount to all retirees out of the revenue from taxes that they have paid when they were actively in service. That is how the stated pension plan works. Also, we want to consider the private pension plan. So with the private pension plan, we are saying that mandatory pension plans are required by law and is normally tied to employees' length of years and salary. So this private pension plan is also known as the mandatory or the voluntary pension plan. And we are saying that here the law requires that employees or pension plans are paid based on the employee's length of years of service as well as their salary. So the voluntary pension plan are normally programs that encourage voluntary supplementation by the employees and the employers. And these funds are normally managed by the private sector. Also, we want to finally consider pension funds in Ghana. So records about pension funds in Ghana is traced from early 1950s, where the government introduced pension fund schemes for a group of civil servants. So the law was established to protect the civil servants in the then Gold Coast under Ordinance Number 42. So the Chapter 30 of the Ordinance, which is popularly known as Cap 30, provided for the pension benefits, which was only based on the terminal salary of the civil servants. So the Social Security Act 1965 was enacted to establish contributory social security fund. However, the pension benefits paid to retirees under this scheme did not thrive too well due to low interest rates as well as higher inflation then. So the Social Security Decree, which is known as NRCD 127, was later introduced in 1972 to administer a social security fund for the country. And then so after that, the Social Security Fund was established under the Social Security Decree, and provisions were made for pension fund contributions. So the main pension scheme in Ghana is the Social Security and the National Insurance Trust, simply termed SNET pension scheme. Then the other types of pension schemes that some companies fall on. So we have the private sector occupational schemes, the Ghana University Staff Superannuation Scheme, as well as the Ghana Armed Forces pension schemes. So these are specific schemes under certain sectors of the country, but mostly civil servants or general public and private workers move with the SNET pension scheme. So all too soon we've come to the end of this session. We've learned that pension funds provide a source of retirement protection as well as cash flow to protect livelihood. And we have learned that pensions are also regulated to ensure sustainability, long-term direction, and guidance to deliver on specific requirements. And we have also learned the history of the pension funds in Ghana, as well as the common or the well-known SNET pension scheme, which most pensioners work with. Thank you for your attention and see you in the next session. Bye.